Hi there, welcome to this masterclass today. I hope you're actually having a very good day out there. And if you're watching or listening, or perhaps you're actually enjoying this podcast or video rather, or this masterclass, I want to welcome you to the Zillionaires community. And my name is Dr. Julius Oluwasegun Aroba. I'm the wealth, career, professional, entrepreneurship mindset surgeon. You're welcome to this week episode of Masterclass. In this episode, I'm going to be discussing about the wealth building matrix. When it comes to wealth, there are those people who seems to effortlessly accumulate prosperity over time, while others struggle to break free from these financial norms and fragility despite some of the any substantial incomes. And there is quite a lot of differences always about how much you make, but rather how much you manage and how you are able to allocate some of these resources. And this particular masterclass about the wealth building matrix, there is that which understanding that you're going to be able to know, which is the wealth building dilemma. Many people believe that earning more money is the key to building wealth. You make money, you work plenty jobs. They always believe that once you amass everything together, having a successful business, making plenty money, that you're bound to become wealthy. But no, friends, no, fellow Zillionaires. While earning a high income, it is important for you to know that you need to be able to put and segmentation to those money that comes in. You don't want to be living as a fragile person. You don't want to be living from paycheck to paycheck, or perhaps you don't want to be living a luxurious lifestyles, buying luxurious items, things that are not needed at any point in time. This is why it is very good for you to have what I call the wealth building matrix. And on the other hand, there are those who may not even earn much as you do, maybe 6 figures or 7 figures and above, that they are building a wealth that is long lasting beyond whatever they've actually envisioned. And you find out that they're able to allocate and put strategies in place so that their money can actually grow in time. But friends, families, entrepreneurs, zillionaires, professional career person who is building wealth, you've got to understand that there is quite different synopsis of what you need to do. And this comes to when you look at mapping your income sources against your allocation strategies. After the core of wealth building matrix, it is better for you to understand that wealth creation isn't just about how much money you earn. It's about how you are able to make out of that money. And the matrix is a tool that is going to help you to build that income and sources against the strategies of the money you're making. Now, let's break it down. What is income sources? Income sources can be your earning versus your passive income. Income can generally be broken down into two categories, where we call about the active income or passive income. Active income is the money that you earn by exchanging your time, your efforts. Examples, for example, you talk about salaries, talk about wages, talk about business revenues that require you direct involvement in it. While active income is essential for survival, that covers your immediate needs, your bills, your rentals, and so on and so forth. It has a limit, because once the salary is gone, how are you going to be able to pay to be able to channel or funnel the wealth that you want to be able to build? You can only work so many hours. You can only charge so much by your time, but you can never charge above what will help you to be able to create what you desire. That is what I call active income. Passive income is the money you earn without direct involvement or constantly effort, which means money that you put into an investment that is actually, maybe for example, you have a property that is having a rental income that is generating income interest or income rates or commissions or dividend from stocks. You have stocks, or perhaps you have a book, such as some of these books that I have. We wrote 2 books. One of them is actually called The Wealth Beyond a Lifetime. It is a book if you are on a journey of creating wealth. I'll ask you to look for it maybe on any of the online portals, on Flutterwave platforms, or perhaps you go to juliusaroba.com/shop or /books. You find those books. One of them is called Wealth Beyond Lifetime, and the second one is called The Wealth Code. Now, let's go back to our business. There is a key difference between active income and passive income. And active income or passive income is that passive income that works for you even when you are not working. Because while you are sleeping, while you are exchanging your time for other things, the passive income is generation of interest of different synapses in different areas. For you to build a long-lasting wealth, you need to focus on increasing your passive income. Passive income comes from maybe perhaps you actually invest into a business and they pay you interest over time, or you invest into a land banking, or you invest into stocks, or you invest into different asset category or paper assets, and so on and so forth. Those are what we call passive income, because while you are sleeping, the money is making more money for you, or the properties, or the assets, or the income avenues are making money for you. On the other hand, for you to grow this over time, you need to know how to allocate those. And this is where we call allocation strategies. Building wealth system, there are a lot of strategies you can actually create that can help you to get to the destination you want to come into. Remember, the title of this masterclass is called the Wealth Building Matrix. Allocation strategies. You look at building versus spending. When you are building something, you want to be able to know how crucial it is. If not so, you want to know how much money you've earned over time. The Wealth Building Matrix will help you to understand how maybe you're building a business or a legacy beyond yourself. You've got to start looking for your spending. Now, I always tell people that if you're not spending, you are either creating or you're building. This refers to the money you use on everyday expenses, such as the food and things. So friends, fellow zillionaires, entrepreneurs, career person that is actually creating wealth, you need to know what your spending or consumption level is and how. There are tools that you can actually use in knowing your gauges. Having a lot of strategies in place to be help you so that you will not be financially fragile and creating a circle of you running a rat race because the money is always flowing out. Now, when you are in building, there is what I call investing or growth, which is very important when you're building wealth. This is where you come to, okay, any money that comes into me or into our business must be allocated. A certain portion or certain percentages must be allocated to different investment strategies, whereby it's going to help you to be able to appreciate in values, properties, stocks, investing into businesses, buying gold, investing into oil and gas, into startups, and so on and so forth. Or perhaps, maybe your personal development might also be part of growth. It's part of investing. A lot of people do not like to invest into themselves because they forget that you are the office of what you need to do. Investment can be in real estate, in stocks, in bonds, even in businesses that can generate return over time. The more you invest, the more opportunities you create for the future. For passive income and wealth growth, investment typically requires your patience. And there's what I call long-term vision and short-term vision. As some say, long-term versus short-term. In wealth building metrics, the most successful business builders are those who allocate a significant portion of their income to investment and minimize unnecessary spending. So friends, let me ask you a question. I know you might say that money you spend every time and things like that. Do you know that if you are someone that spends almost $1,000 for anything that you do, and whereas that $1,000 that you spend can actually be put into an investment, you would have made more money. It takes what I call self-denial, because you deny yourself over these years. So friends, you need to look very well to see how you can become more better in building and positioning yourself. Looking at your high active income, your high spending character, your high active income plus low spending income, and also low active income, high spending income. There is quite about 4 metrics I would have shown you, but I will implore you to get that book written by Dr. Julius Oluwasegun Aroba called The World Beyond a Lifetime. So please, I believe you've actually been able to learn some things today in terms of world building metrics. Until I come your way again, my name is Dr. Oluwasegun Aroba, the Wealth, Career, Entrepreneurship, Mindset Surgeon. I can't wait to see you again in our next class. If you want to get the book, navigate to www.juliusaroba.com/shop, SHOP. Or perhaps you go on Google or Flutterwave platform, or you type Wealth Beyond Lifetime by Oluwasegun Julius Aroba, or Wealth Code by Oluwasegun Julius Aroba, and you find the book there. Until I see you again in our next masterclass, stay blessed and God bless you.